True power doesn't shout. It doesn't swing back. According to the Stoics, the greatest victory is not won by conquering others. It's won by conquering yourself. Because sometimes the real enemy isn't the person in front of you. It's the anger they stir in you, the chaos they bring, the reaction they hope to provoke. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That's what this video is about, not revenge, not ego, but something stronger. Stoic mastery. We're about to explore 9 powerful ways to defeat your enemy, without saying a word, without lifting a hand. These aren't tactics of war. They're tools of the wise. Ready to reclaim your power? Let's begin. 1. Master your emotions to disarm their power. The first way to destroy your enemy is to master your emotions. Because when someone provokes you, the moment you react blindly, they win. You've given them control, not just over your feelings, but over your mind. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Your enemy doesn't need to strike you. All they need is for you to strike yourself with your own anger, your own fear. But here's the truth. You are not your emotion. You are the one who observes it and decides what to do next. Calm is not weakness. It's strategy. When you stay centered, clear, and unmoved, you deny your enemy the one thing they crave: control. That's not retreat. That's dominance. The Stoic wins quietly, not with rage, but with restraint. 2. Let your virtue make them irrelevant. What if you didn't fight your enemies? Because they were no longer worth fighting. Marcus Aurelius said it best. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. When someone uses lies, you hold on to truth. When they attack with hatred, you respond with calm dignity. Stoicism teaches that virtue isn't just moral, it's powerful. Courage, integrity, justice. These aren't soft ideals. They're weapons of the mind. You don't stoop to their level. You rise above it. And that rise, that discipline, makes their attacks look small. When your life reflects higher values, their insults bounce off. You're not here to fight fire with fire. You're here to shine so bright that their darkness fades. Be better, not bitter. That's Stoic strength. 3. Patience. Let them destroy themselves. Seneca once wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And in that one line lies your greatest power. You see, your enemy wants you to react, to get angry, to lose control. But when you stay patient, calm, silent, still, something powerful happens. They begin to unravel. While they grow restless, you stay rooted. While they try to provoke you, you give them nothing. And that silence, that stillness, it's louder than any shout. Patience isn't weakness, it's strategy. The Stoic doesn't rush to strike. He watches, learns, and lets time do the work. In the end, your enemy burns out on their own fury, and you're still standing, unshaken, unbothered, and utterly free. 4. Understand their nature, disarm their power. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And here's a truth most people miss. The best way to neutralize your enemy is to understand them better than they understand themselves. Know their weaknesses, their fears, their patterns. If they crave attention, starve them of it. If they thrive on drama, give them calm. If they manipulate, stay unmoved. This isn't mind games. It's clarity. Because once you see the gears turning behind their behavior, you stop being a target and start becoming untouchable. The Stoic doesn't guess, he observes. He watches not to judge, but to gain power through understanding. You win when you play the game they don't even know they're in. the one where silence, insight, and restraint are the sharpest weapons of all. 5. Stay laser focused. Let the enemy fade. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." That's more than a quote. It's a weapon. Because the moment you lock your focus on your life's mission, your enemies lose all leverage. They may try to provoke you, distract you, throw you off course, but when your eyes are fixed on purpose, all their noise fades into the background. That's the Stoic advantage. We don't waste time reacting to petty attacks. We stay the course. Your purpose becomes your fortress. A wall no insult can penetrate, no gossip can shake. So ask yourself, what matters more, their chaos or your calling? Stay focused. Let them waste energy. You're building something bigger, and that's how you win. 6. Indifference is your armor. They'll try to praise you, then shame you, lift you up, only to tear you down. But here's the truth. The moment you stop needing their approval, you take away their power. Seneca said, "Wealth is not having great possessions, but having few wants." And that includes the need for recognition. When your self-worth no longer depends on their applause or their criticism, you become untouchable. That's the Stoic way. We build our foundation within, not on shaky opinions outside. They can try to control the narrative. But if you don't react, if you don't care, they have nothing to grip. So next time someone tries to define your worth, pause, smile, and remember, what they think of you isn't your business. Your indifference is not weakness, it's freedom. 7. The silent strength. Sometimes the strongest move is no move at all. When provoked, our instincts scream, "Say something, fight back." But the Stoic knows reaction is a choice, not a reflex. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You are disturbed not by things, but by your opinion of them." And silence is your shield. The moment you choose not to react, you take back control. The enemy wants noise. They want chaos. They want to see you crack. But when you remain still, measured, composed, you deny them the victory they seek. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means power held in reserve. You're not suppressing. You're choosing. You're not avoiding the fight. You're rising above it. Because true strength isn't loud. It's calm. It's deliberate. And it commands respect without ever raising its voice. 8. Disarm them with unshakable integrity. What if I told you, you don't have to fight to defeat your enemy. You only have to stay true to yourself. Your enemies want one thing, to drag you down to their level, to see you break your values, lose your composure, abandon your principles. But when you stand firm, when you refuse to betray your own code, they lose. Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Let them laugh, let them mock. But when your head hits the pillow with a clear conscience, their lies, their schemes, their masks, they haunt only them." Integrity isn't loud. It doesn't argue. It simply is. Solid, sharp, immovable. And in a world of fake smiles and hidden agendas, your quiet honesty is louder than any shout. You don't need revenge. You need resolve. And when you refuse to bend, they break. 9 turn their attacks into fuel for growth. Every enemy brings pressure, but pressure builds strength. A Stoic doesn't see enemies as obstacles. We see them as opportunities. Opportunities to sharpen our mind, to train our spirit, to grow stronger. Marcus Aurelius said it best. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Insults, they teach us how not to be offended. Betrayal, it teaches us how to trust ourselves. They want to break you, but they end up building you. because every attack becomes resistance training. Every attempt to knock you down becomes a lesson in rising stronger. They think they're hurting you, but you're evolving. You're no longer reacting. You're rising. And when you grow from their fire, they lose the power to burn you. Conclusion. Victory lies in inner mastery. True victory isn't about overpowering others. It's about mastering yourself. You don't defeat an enemy by striking harder. You defeat them by rising higher, above impulse, above anger, above the need to retaliate. The Stoic doesn't react just to prove strength. They remain centered, still, unshaken. That's the real power. The moment you choose peace over pride, clarity over chaos, restraint over revenge, you become untouchable. The enemy loses, not because you fought them, but because you no longer give them power. Remember this. When you're at peace, your enemies become powerless. That's the Stoic way. That's the victory that lasts. The real battle is not against others. It's against your reactions. If you're ready to master your mind and reclaim your power, subscribe Timeless Stoic Life now and join 100,000 plus men becoming unshakable. Comment below. Which enemy are you ready to defeat without fighting?